Hello and welcome to That Peter Crouch podcast with me, Peter Crouch, Steve Sidwell, Chris Stark. It's not actually called That Peter Crouch, but it's called the Peter Crouch's Europod Club.
Yeah. So Peter Crouch's Europod Club.
Peter Crouch Europod. Yeah. Okay. But we also got a very special guest of ours, Mr. Charlie Adam, aka Parched.
Yeah. Now I can see why managers were pissed off with me, basically, asking so many questions. As being a manager, and I'm just stood in the touchline while the session's going on, people want to talk to me and that. Now I could know how Mark Hughes felt.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Asking so many questions just for the sake of asking questions.
But Chaz, obviously you're a manager now, Fleetwood Town. Are you enjoying it?
Loving it. It's an opportunity that, listen, I always wanted to go into coaching management and got that opportunity. Loving it. It's been good. It's full on. My phone never stops, but again, when you get the opportunity, it's hard to turn down.
Yeah. Well, welcome along to the Europod Club, yeah.
Danke.
We're sort of really, Danke. We're leaning into the German theme. We did get a message from someone called Matt Ross who suggested that if we need a name for the podcast, why don't we call it the Eurolash?
Oh, okay.
Which was quite a nice idea, I thought. But I think we're going to lean into the German theme and just go down the trance route, aren't we?
Pod Club, yeah.
Pod Club, yeah.
Ja, sie bitter.
Where should we start then, boys? Do you want to start with England, or should we look back further?
Well,
than that?
just a couple of things, obviously, because we're in the Weatherspoons, aren't we? Just quick, give me 1 second.
No problem.
What you got?
Yeah, you remember when we said about the carpets in Weatherspoons? I don't know if you know this, Chaz, but every single carpet in Weatherspoons is different. And of course, they've got the book of
This is the book.
Spoons Carpet.
Spoons Carpets. Look at this.
This is
title, Spoons
there are
Carpets.
carpets, and then there are Weatherspoons carpets. It's an appreciation of the carpets that were. Look, unbelievable. That one there looks in Hitchin.
Some good shoes in them as well.
Yeah, they're awful shoes. Port Solent. Surprised I haven't been there actually.
Hold on a minute. So this
Sir
is
Alec Rose.
Yeah, I think.
So this isn't from Spoons. This is someone that's gone into every Spoons and has taken a picture of the carpet.
Well, I don't know. To be honest, I don't.
No, or is it Weatherspoons have actually brought their own?
Yeah, well, that's their brand, but I don't know if this book is from someone who's just incredibly interested in carpets.
I think the key point we're trying to get across here is it's incredible that every single pub, every single Weatherspoons pub has a different carpet that is bespoke to the name of the pub or the area.
That's incredible.
Unbelievable. So yeah, if you want to get involved, it's Kit Callas. I think you should pronounce that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the other bit of
Nice.
business that we just need to sort out here is the pigeon situation. There was a lot of messages we had about
One right
pigeons.
over there, and I'm right behind you. Look, there's pigeons all. For some reason, in this particular Weatherspoons, there's a lot of pigeons.
Well, I'm not sure if you're trying to, if there's a wee bit of an interest in this, but we played Blackpool not so long ago, and I'm stood in the touchline, and so obviously seaside,
Seagulls,
a lot of
yeah.
seagulls. The game's going on, 7-8 minutes gone. Turned round, go to pick a bottle of water up. Bird
Shat on you.
shut my hand or my jumper. So if anybody want to look at it, go on Google and have a
No
look.
way.
Yeah, promise you.
Really?
And there's me having splashing water all over me, cleaning it
But on
up.
the side of the touchline.
On the
while the
side
game's
of
go-
yes, side of the touchline.
Isn't that supposed to be good luck? Did you win that game? or
No,
not?
we lost 1-0.
So let's put an end to this myth. That's a load of bollocks if you get shot on. It's
Yeah, and to be fair, I did say to my coaching staff when it happened, I said, I'm sure this is good luck and we might win this game. No, we lost 1-0.
Yeah.
So, no, that was it. I just thought that they were saying that you were bringing us the birds and that, but I just thought that'd be
Yeah, well, the
good.
pigeons are mad here. They're just moving crazy. They act like seagulls.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
they're
mean?
aggressive here.
They're like seagulls
South-
trapped in a
Look, look,
pigeon's
look.
body.
There he is.
South London flying.
Mate.
Look at his neck on that one.
He's looking, thinking,
What's
what's
going
going
on as
here?
well with the pigeon shit at the minute? Is it getting bigger or is it me? It's like dog shit that's flying around.
Mate, those pigeons are mad, mate. Mate, talking of pigeons, right? I mentioned this off air to you a minute ago. You not heard?
I can't believe
Did,
this.
did you know about Jerry Francis and
No.
pigeons? No. Yeah. Jerry's like he's had racing pigeons his whole life. Like he loves it.
Yeah, there's like races and all that, isn't there?
But yeah.
As you said, I think Duncan Ferguson was into it a long time ago as
Well,
well.
Mike Tyson was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
he
Well,
liked
it's
it.
some great. I mean, listen, some great stuff. If you want to get involved on Google, just type in Jerry Francis pigeons, and you get pictures like this, lads.
I
Go on,
can't
lads.
believe
There he
it.
is
So he's in love there.
He's so proud of his pigeons there.
But he absolutely loves them.
So did you ever meet his pigeons? or-
Yeah. I mean, he was a big influence on my career. Yeah, I made my debut at QPR. He was the manager. He took me to Tottenham with him, and obviously I went back to QPR with him as well. So yeah, he kind of broke through with Jerry. Yeah, but I was.
But never
He's
saw
always
the
talked about his
pigeons.
pigeons. No, I spoke about his pigeons quite a
But
lot.
was the deal done by Pigeon? Did you send? Did he send the contract sent off?
Jerry
via
pitched well. He pitched it. Hey,
Jerry
he pitched it. Instead of pitch
Pigeon.
well, he pitched well.
Pigeon roll.
Have you ever sent a message via Pigeon?
I haven't. No.
I don't even know where you'd go to do that. You know, if
No.
you so wished. Be a great way of passing the pod. Maybe we look into this.
Yeah.
Something that we can go do.
Mm.
Should we crack into the Euros?
Yeah,
then?
come on.
Yeah, definitely. And I think obviously the place to start here, Chaz.
It's not
is,
Scotland.
well, that's the opening game, isn't it? Right. Well, talk to me, Chaz. What's that? What happened?
Listen, looking back, I don't think it was a good idea putting Scotland on TV first, but I don't think he can get any harder than it. Germany in Munich. I think if Scotland went in and tried to get after Germany, they would have got picked off anyways. The goals they lost were poor. I think the goalkeeper could have done better on a couple of goals as well. But when you get a red card just before half time as well, I don't think that helps. Sort of a glass houses about tackles. I'm not the best one to be asking because I had a fair share of bad ones over my career, but I don't think that helped the scenario. But to be fair to the lads, they dug in and it only finished 5-1, so I think they'll be happy. But you've got an opportunity now to against Switzerland, hopefully in the next game.
See, I love Ryan Porteous, but I'm biased because I'm a Watford fan. If you have someone like that on the pitch, you know the type of challenges they're going to make, and you know the kind of mentality that you're going to have.
Yeah,
right?
you do, but I
and
think
it can be effective.
Yeah,
surely,
but
and frustrating
also as well, it could cost you, and ultimately there comes a point in your career that you have to use that because it'll cost you, and it's going to cost him playing at the Euros, and ultimately it can cost your team as well. So I think there is a point in your career with experience that you realise that it was a bad tackle, wasn't it? And he'll learn from that. He'll be hugely disappointed because obviously playing for Scotland at European Championships don't come around very often, and he'll have regretted that now. But again, let's say I think he's done okay since he's come to Watford because he's a good footballer. It's just he has the moments in his game.
It was a championship tackle, wasn't it? You can't do that in European. You can't do it in European football, let alone on the big stage. I got sucked in, didn't I? I backed Scotland to win. I just got sucked in.
Since has had a bit of abuse on from a few
socials,
of our
is it?
No, I just,
listeners.
do you know what it was? I got sucked into the Tartan Army. Fucking
enjoying it.
Hundreds of thousands.
There was cocks everywhere, wasn't there? Like in the news.
That video was brilliant, wasn't it?
Oh my god! An unprecedented amount of genitalia.
I can't believe he's not shaved.
What I don't get about it is if you're a news
No
crew,
manscaping whatsoever.
No,
is
it was terrible.
There never seems to be ever, does there?
No. Must be only be fit
Birds'
for
nests
dress.
everywhere. It's fucking
But if you're a news crew, right, and you're following the Scottish fans, every news report was the same. It was meeting the Scottish fans in a pub, and they always want to make a thing of the kilt. And every time the camera pans down, I kind of think
there's one coming out.
asking for
coming.
There's a cock coming.
But it's obviously a foreign reporter, wasn't it? And it's backfired, isn't it? But it's going
massively so.
But
Really has backfired.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was going to ask you, what was your experiences of like playing for Scotland and like being around tournaments or like qualifiers?
I was nowhere near
Well,
tournaments.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
I think when the qualifications
Any
come
close
around,
calls and was
Nah,
there?
nothing.
No, it was a.
probably the best 45 minutes I played for Scotland is that we were 2-0 down against Spain, and I come on at half time, we got it back to 2-2, and we lost 3-2 eventually. But that was probably the only game for Scotland where I really felt that I'd contributed to it.
Yeah.
But apart from that, we were never anywhere near qualification. We 20 odd years before we qualified for the tournament. So been a tough few years for Scotland. But again, we've got a group of players, and I think Steve has managed to get the nation together, and he's got some good players, good group of players. And listen, they've done brilliant, 2 tournaments out of 3. But again, that result on Wednesday night, on Friday night was a huge disappointment. But they'll have to pick themselves up and go again.
Did you agree with like Roy Keane was quite scathing about some of the comments that Andy Robertson was talking about, and he just felt that they didn't kind of weren't getting close to people. They weren't putting a foot in. They weren't. Where did it go wrong?
I think you can say that I don't really think they were aggressive enough in terms of going and pressing the game. But if you go too aggressive, they'll pick you off. I think there was too much respect.
Yeah.
When you got people like Tony Cruz and that in the middle of the pitch, Musiala was unplayable. Gundogan picking in little pockets. I just think on the night Scotland never played to a level they were capable of. And even if Scotland had played to a top level, and the Germans were at 90%, they probably still would have won the game because the players and the quality they've got. But when you don't play that and then you get the sending off and the goals that they lost, you know, two mistakes from the goalkeeper, a wonder strike from the lad that come on. So, and again, it is a tough game, but you know, you got to learn from it.
That's the question, is it? Was Germany unbelievably good and Scotland terrible? Do you know what I mean?
I just think the Germans were better than Scotland in terms of, you know, they were brilliant. Because a lot of people said before it, I'm not too sure about this German side. I'm not sure if they're going to be good enough, but they were top level, and if they're top level,
they look comfortable.
And Scotland have an off night, which they did, then the gap is too big.
You do talk about the sending off. I've just been quickly Googling some of my favourite Charlie Adams sending offs. And
I never got sent off for this.
Did you not get
Is
sent
this
off?
the
for that?
Alexis Sanchez
Well,
one?
this is the picture
So this
that's
is
just popped up
I
for
was
me.
playing in this game, right? And
Talk me through this,
even
please.
when I was on the pitch, that was one of my funniest moments I've ever seen.
So for me, this
You
was...
didn't get a red for this.
No, I never got red for that. No.
don't think you even got booked.
you're
No,
wringing
no.
his
Do you know
neck.
what this was? This was probably a frustration of probably
Getting
not getting popped and probably not getting anywhere near any Arsenal players. So yeah, I left the WWE choke slam on Alexis Sanchez. So again, if you're got your phone in front of you and you want to Google it, have a look. It was a good move.
It's an amazing picture. It's basically as a winger, I don't think there's one thing you never expect that's going to happen to you, and that's a headlock.
But he's got both feet. He's got both feet on the ground still. He could have snapped his neck.
I've never seen me like it
Yeah.
in my life.
It's like he's a doorman taking someone out of a club and just like putting him to sleep.
He's been misbehaving or something.
Sorry, sir, you've had enough tonight. Out you come.
What was your mind frame at that point?
Probably that he was taking the piss at me, and I've realised that I'm probably not at this level of what these lads are, and that was it.
Just let him know.
Yeah.
All right. So, Chaz, how much can you enjoy the Euros? Like, because obviously we were talking before, and like being a manager is full on, right?
Yeah.
24 hours, 7 days a week, isn't it? How much can you sit back and
No, I'll watch the games. I'll watch the game. I've watched the Holland game. Watched the England game against Serbia. Yeah, listen, the games are on at good time, so you can watch it. I think once the pre-season starts, it'll be difficult to watch the games in the afternoon, but definitely at night I'll be watching the games because it's always good to see the best players and watch what the best teams are doing. And if you could take small things from what they're doing, it can help us.
Do you watch it differently now? That you're a
Massively
manager?
different.
Is it more of a tactical?
Yeah, it's all tactical. I
Is
look
it
at build
really?
up. I look how they're pressing, what shape they're doing. I don't just watch the game for the sake of watching it. I'll like 3-2 build up and all that.
Are you taking it in and thinking like, how can I put that into my team?
And I'm thinking about, right, okay, how do we adapt our team to looking like that? And I look at Holland playing it with back three, because I've been playing back three. I'm thinking, right, what are they doing to try and get overloads and all? You see the game totally different.
But are you constantly relating it to Fleetwood? Or is it more the other way around? What you think you would do in that
No,
situation?
I just think it's how ultimately the game's about trying to get overloads in wide areas or centrally or whatever. And I'm thinking, how do I get players into certain positions within the game, and how do we affect the opponent? If the top teams can affect the opponent, then on a smaller scale, how can I do it in League Two next year? And that's just how you see the game. But it's all a learning curve, and it's all different things. And speaking to different managers has been key to me as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into England a little bit. Obviously, like me and Sids were together actually for the England game. It was enjoyable, wasn't
It was good, wasn't it?
We had a
It
good
was.
event.
We watched it with Glenn Hoddle.
Glenn
So
Hoddle was
it's
there.
great. Obviously, we've worked with Glenn a lot over the years, but he just watches the game through a different lens. Like, you'll be watching the same game, and what he just says, you don't pick up on. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously just such an astute football knowledge that he's got. He's great to listen
Well, it's
to,
amazing.
isn't he?
You know why? Because we're sitting next to, like, it's not lost on me, right? Like, even though we played the game, right?
Yeah.
I'm still sitting next to Glenn Hoddle, right?
Yeah,
One of the
yeah.
finest England
I know.
footballers we've ever had, and also someone who's led England at a major tournament, like France '98. He left Gaza out. You know, he's made decisions to Beckham, Michael Owen's breakthrough tournament. You know, he was the manager for all of this. You know, and it's amazing just tapping into his.
Yeah, and I think the more you speak, and you've been around, obviously doing a little bit of TV with Glenn yourselves, you become comfortable, and you don't realise actually what he's achieved and what he's done. And then, like you say, you see the game differently, haven't you? You get great experience in that, and he was a world class player, top player, wasn't he?
It was amazing, like, really, when he was the way he was talking, and obviously, like, with regards to England, I thought we played really well, but it felt a bit safe at times, and it was like, you know, who's going to play that part? Like, Harry Kane had 2 touches in the first half. which seems mental, doesn't it? You know,
Does that worry you? Or I guess there has been a fair bit of criticism, but the other side of it is a clean sheet, a win, 3 points, get through to the next game, and kind of onwards and upwards sort of thing. But the fact that Harry Kane, say, had 2 touches, does that not show that, say, maybe the spin could be that England have won that game even without Harry Kane necessarily being the most involved?
I look at it and I think that I think the game's evolving, the game's changing. You look at Haaland, just for example, he hardly touches the ball. He scores 30, 20, 25, 30, 40 goals a season. I don't think that number 9 now occupies that back 4-5 a lot more now than it's ever done.
Yeah.
And because it allows other players within that to get on the space, like your Bellingham's, Foden, who we'll probably talk about. I just think the game's changing. The build-up is a lot slower, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. Everybody's trying to build the game up, and it becomes a lot slower. So there's not as many touches for the forwards.
It's interesting that you said that, because how many times in the season, especially when he's at Spurs as well, when at Bayern Munich, when you watch him play, when he doesn't get a touch of the ball, he drops deep. He comes into midfield, and then you've got the runners. He didn't do it
Iceland?
Once.
Iceland, they end up taking it off the back of the centre back.
Yeah, but he didn't do it once.
Yeah, but
he must have got told to just stay
Well,
there,
stay
occupy
there
them. We've got the players.
Yeah.
When they can get it in turn, they will find you. But
you
just
must
be
have
disciplined.
because you've got, like, you think about it there, you've got Bellingham, Foden, players that want to get into that position deep. Like, it'd be so congested, you'd have no one high, would you?
Let's talk about Bellingham though. Let's talk. I mean, how good was he?
Yeah. I just can't go over the confidence.
Every
Really,
game he just improves.
Unreal.
It's like,
I just love his personality in terms of that. It's easy to back it up, and he's playing for Real Madrid, and he's just won the Champions League in the last few weeks. But to go and say to the lads at 20 years of age, listen, get me on the ball. Give me the ball. I see it, like I said last night. He's rolling the ball to Declan Rice, who's stopping it for him to go again. He's dominating games in terms of his personality.
Yeah.
And now where everybody's saying, well, Foden's not getting a touch of the ball. I think Foden has to actually go and show everybody why he's
That's
top
what Rio
player.
was saying as well.
Fabregas, who came out and said that he thinks that he just needs to show more personality.
Yeah.
Would you agree with
No,
that?
I totally agree with that. I think there's ultimately within a group and within a team, there's always a wee bit of ego-ness coming in. Foden, Bellingham at the moment's got it. He's playing as high as he can, the best level he's probably ever played at, and he's bringing that into the tournament. I think it's time for Foden to go and step up and show, like he did for Man City last year and winning all the Player of the Years and winning the Premier League. He stepped up last year. I think he now needs to go and step up for England.
So how does he do that? Like, I've heard a few people say this, but playing in the game, how do you go about changing that bit of your personality? Or
But I do
you have to be a
think
bit more
he's got
parched?
to, like,
What do you do?
Would you? Wait, to
There's
be
loads
fair,
of factors
I've
on
seen
it.
a couple of videos though. Like, he was doing 2 touch with Bellingham, and they look pretty parched. And Southgate.
Yeah,
I saw that.
There's
That was
loads.
good, that, wasn't it?
I think
good,
there's
yeah.
loads of factors on this, because like he's obviously playing on the left-hand side, so it all revolves back to the Scholes, Scholes, Lampsey, and Stevie. We're playing Phil on the left just to obviously accommodate him, but then Trippier's obviously not a left-sided fullback, so he's not really going to be doing overlaps, like taking players away from him. It's a new kind of environment. It's not like Man City when he can just roam inside and there's such fluidity there that Saka on the other side, he just stays there. So I think there's a lot of factors around.
The thing about-
I agree with that.
It's difficult for him to get
The
on
thing about Saka is that Saka will stay on that right-hand side. Bellingham just goes and roams the way he wants to roam. If he wants to drop it in the left back area, he'll do it. Foden then is stuck, like you say, on that left-hand side. I think once a Luke Shaw becomes into the team, or somebody with that natural left foot going on the outside, then it'll allow Foden to get more space and time. I just think it but it might feel a little bit different for him on playing on that left-hand side, because at Man City's on the right.
You put a left-sided player on then, and if you can't have that Luke Shaw situation,
Because
you
no,
make
I'm
a
just saying
change,
about but I'm just talking about Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier doesn't really want to go and bomb on and go in behind all the time, where Luke Shaw might want to overlap and take people with him. So the game's changed a little bit because of Kieran Trippier with that right. He's playing left and the left back with his right foot. So
do you play what do you do? How can you
have to get your best
not
person in the
play
team.
Foden?
No, you have to get your best person in the team.
So and what's the option there? Gordon?
I mean, Bowen, he done really well when he come on.
We've got so many players, isn't there? Cole Palmer's not even got to mention. Do you know what I mean? Like,
They've got to be sitting there thinking, any chance? Gareth,
But
any
again,
chance we can come
the thing you might be able to go with is Bellingham play on that left-hand side and Foden then come and play in the 10. and the game might be a little bit different.
Just
for him,
change it up. I mean, the whole midfield at the moment is up for grabs, isn't it? I mean, what were we saying about Trent? Because there was a lot of hype on him about was he going to play in midfield? Yes, he did. There was a lot of expectation, or people was expecting to be a man of the match. People were like, I'm not sure he played well. What was the people expecting him to do?
He drew a couple of good free kicks.
Yeah, what were people expecting him to do? Like be like a world?
I don't know.
Was he expecting to be a 10 out of 10 player?
I mean, there's a lot of criticism for a 1-0 win.
For me, I think he's the best. I think he's the best passer in the Premier League. I love him to bits. I think he's brilliant, but centrally, I've seen one or two times where he starts to do a wee bit of Cruyff turn and all that, and he gets caught in the ball. The space is not there as much, and it's more.
It's more one and two touch, isn't it? I think if you take too long on the ball, you get
caught. And he got caught a couple of times, and also as well, sometimes he got caught when Pickford rolls out to him, and he never looked, and the guy jumped on him.
Yeah,
just things like that. But that just comes. That will come with playing games in there. But
so would you play him in there again?
Yeah, I think you have to, because he's not going to play right back. So you either don't play him at all.
Or we just shoehorning people into because they're top players.
Yeah, too many people in wrong places. Is that what you say?
I think a bit. Yeah, I think whereas as much as I love Trent as well, I just think Conor Gallagher did come on, and it felt like there was more balance in there. Do you know what I mean? And it felt like the pressing was better. And
I don't think you need to play 2 6s against Serbia. Maybe against one of the higher nations. I think Declan could play in there on his own.
So what about Denmark then? The next game.
I still think you can play with 1-6.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. So you go with Trent again, yeah?
No, I think I don't think he'll change it. Yeah. I don't think he'll change. I think he'll keep Trent in there.
But do you think he'll change it against the bigger teams?
Yeah, I think
he'll adapt.
I think he'll adapt it.
I think so.
On your point on Foden's personality, I think one thing that was incredible about Bellingham was something I noticed in terms of just how he managed the game, in terms of how he dealt with the referee. When things didn't go his way, you'd just see in the corner of the screen, you'd see him put his arm around the ref.
But that'll be the learning of playing in Spain, and the Spanish players telling him, listen, if you to go, you could see at times when he went in the box, he just got on with it. He never threw his arms in the air. But I think that'll just become experience playing La Liga. If you give the referees a wee bit of love in that, you might get a few decisions against you. But it's just an experience for him. But again, I just think he's at the moment just showing why he's such a top player at 20 years of age.
I don't know if you're still going with the Parch thing, Charlie, so I'm hesitant to bring it up.
Absolutely.
Have you noticed the players?
But was Bellingham kind of parching the referee a little bit? It takes one to know one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
think he's trying to.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but it's gamesmanship. That's
gamesmanship. Getting in the referee, telling the referee he's a good referee, giving him, how good he is, because ultimately he might give you a couple of decisions that you need, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I do it all the time. We shouldn't centre midfield area because you're around the referee a lot.
Yeah.
You missed that one ref. You owe
let's do this weekly. Parch watch.
Okay.
Just keep an eye out for those players that are sort of managing the game,
scanning the referee. Yeah.
Just let us know.
And to be fair, I've had a couple of referees to I would during that when you're playing and that say to some referees you're having a shocker, and you went. I've had a couple and say, you're not fucking far behind me yourself. I think that was the level you can get to with some of the referees back.
I used to like that one as well, to be fair. I could do when they used to say that to you, like, oh, you're.
I've had a ref say to me, "If you just come on." If 80 minutes into the game, you say, "If you just come on."
Okay, isn't it? Superb.
Right, Crouchy, next up, Gaza, Euro 96, the famous dentist chair.
Oh my God.
What do you remember about that?
Well, it was one of my favourites. I think 1990 and Euro 96, two of the best tournaments for me.
Yeah.
And nothing more iconic than that Gaza moment. For me, the most iconic Euros moment, being an Englishman, was this goal.
What was better, the goal or the celebration?
Both. Everything was so good, wasn't it? It was so good. And actually, I want to do both justice today. So one of my idols, and a celebration to Matt. So you could be like a young Jamie Redknapp.
I can do that. I'll assist you on that. Okay. On both fronts. Let's do it. Let's go. Come on.
Let's do it. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. You can do that.
That's it. I think he's the best centre half of all time.
Oh!
I went near it. I'll react to it. That's it. No.
Oh my goal! What a goal! What a goal! No, it wasn't it. We're not allowing that. That was such a good goal. I love that. We're not allowing that one. It was so good. What was wrong with it?
It wasn't the right ball.
It wasn't the right ball. Sids wasn't happy with the ball.
The finish was unbelievable. It wasn't the right ball. Come on, we got it better than that. Let's go. Little one. That's the one. Here we go. Over. That could be good.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, he's done it the other foot. Oh. Go on. Oh! I thought he had it.
This is easy. He's got this.
This is great.
Touch wasn't right.
Come on, this is an easy one.
He's got his eye in here.
I didn't get the touch right.
Oh. Lovely, Sids. Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, he's dead. I'm off already.
Come on!
Celebrations slightly over the top.
Wow. No one's ever celebrated a bang average goal like that.
Boys, Gaza, how'd we find it?
I feel a little more comfortable doing the Gaza there. Nice little touch. If you get the touch right, the volley comes easier.
Yeah.
How he's done that on his left foot and then his right is slightly different.
Well, you got quite close on that one at one point. I thought you took it on one foot and then managed to get the shot away with the other.
Yeah, it's hard when you're trying to recreate something that was just done naturally.
Yeah.
So we're trying to fabricate like where the ball goes. So like when on Gazza's goal, he's actually on the run and he actually has to sort of stretch to get his left foot over the defender.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
in that time as well, after like the professionalism to fucking put it back in.
Added, like I think you do it better when it's in the Euros. Like I'm just thinking there's 4 lads over there that don't want to be here. It's not really giving me. It's not really giving me.
But
the
also,
buzz.
they're not allowed to challenge you, so you haven't got the urgency to try to flick it over their head in the first place because they're stood there.
Yeah.
I've got to say as well, even the celebration's quite difficult.
Yeah.
Managing to get the top off that water bottle.
Yeah, well, I felt like I was there a long time.
Well, you were asking.
Yeah, it's
for
good
it.
job. My core's been good.
Yeah. No one ever talks about the celebration being
No.
technically.
It was actually
really
technically
iconic.
brilliant. Yeah, it was. That was hard to recreate as well.
Yeah.
Done a good job with that, boys.
Yeah. Well
All
done.
right.
Well
Best
done.
attempt at
That's
Gaza.
Gaza done.
We'll do another one next week.
Okay, right, the next section of the pod is sponsored by Paddy Power. Before we get into Paddy's Euro sneak peek, a reminder that Paddy Power have a completely free bet builder on the England versus Denmark game this week. T's and C's apply to this. Please gamble responsibly. Right, it's now time for Paddy's Euro sneak peek. This is the unique view of tournament football. The topic today is downtime at tournament football. What do we get up to between games or in an international camp?
I've always wondered this, and I remember reading that not Sir David Beckham used to do a lot of.
Are you trying to get
a lot of Lego?
Trying to get them in the naked?
Well, I think we've something on this pod that's been going on for a while now.
Yeah, and
it's
I've
not a certain that we can't understand how he's not, because he does a lot of work with regards to.
I don't know what more
the
you
royal
can
family.
do. I honestly don't know what more you can do.
He thinks he's shithousing. He thinks the royal family are shithousing him.
He had the king in his Instagram a couple of weeks ago. He was doing something there. Once again, no knighthood for David Beckham. Honourable shout out to Susie Dent, we should say.
About to get it up. MBE.
MBE.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I assume thanks to her work on this podcast.
Yeah. I think it's mainly to do with what she's done here.
But it's just staggering, Charlie. The man can't, he's trying.
He's trying everything. He's bringing the Olympics, everything, and he still can't get a knighthood.
Well, we'll see. Well,
listen, we'll see. I'm sure it'll happen in good time. But
they used to do Lego, didn't he, Crouchy? A lot of Lego.
What did we do? Like,
Why don't you have a word with your mate?
Prince
William.
I know.
You've had a couple of nice times with Prince William. Why don't you just call him?
It's true. He has. I think he's done the rounds of that though. He's been in the air. Like it just. I do think, if I'm being really honest, I do think the royal family are doing it on purpose. I think it's like a bet. it's royal eggy boff. It's like
Royal Leggy Bob. But yeah, downtime. I saw recently Jude Bellingham and obviously Trent had the celebration where they covered the face
Wolf.
like this, right? Wolf, yeah. Do you know what this game is?
We play it.
Do you?
Yeah, so our lads...
So can you explain the rules? Because I have no idea what it is.
I don't really know the rules, but all I know is that you close your eyes and the narrator speaks and all that. But you get cards, certain cards, depends on how many's playing, there's like 2 or 3 wolves within the camp and you've got to kill everybody off.
Is it a bit like Traitors? You know,
I don't know what Traitors is.
Have you seen the Traitors?
Yeah, there's
you know where there's someone in the group that's a traitor?
Yeah.
So is that a similar game?
Yeah, so there's villagers.
Villagers.
Oh, you know the
wolves.
game as well?
Yeah, I've seen a few teams play.
Seers.
Like the faithful.
Yeah, so there's wolves, seers,
Right.
villagers.
Yeah, and there's night and day. You flip the game from night to day, and there's rounds. So I don't know too much about it, but
Sounds good.
So our lads, Fleetwood lads, they play it on a Friday in away trips at the hotel and that. So the staff will go in, the lads will play the game, the staff will go in, and then after the lads have gone to bed, the staff will have a couple of drinks, and we'll play it amongst ourselves as well. So it's good.
Wow, okay.
So how long does the game last?
Well, depends on how many people are playing. So we'll normally have around players, maybe between players and staff, maybe 20 players and staff playing. So it can last.
Clearly a thing.
It can last an hour. It can last an hour and a half. Depends on how long the arguments last for.
I
It's good.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it until just now.
Yeah.
So obviously through this tournament.
So they're playing obviously some card games. I would say over time, the camps get obviously a bit boring. So there seems to obviously be a games room, doesn't there?
Mm.
So pool tables, dartboards, your standard computers, I'd imagine,
are
all in there.
Yeah. We just set up. I remember Germany, obviously my first World Cup. I remember the setup there. Like it was unbelievable. I mean, like there was a golf simulator. There was like all the latest
England
kind of
are
games.
playing. England's staying on a
amazing.
golf course, though, are they?
They are staying on a
So-
golf course.
so they
I'm
might
sure
be
they'll be.
on downtime.
Yeah.
Well, in South Africa, I was basically on a golf trip in 2010 because
No contribution to the squad.
no, absolutely no contribution whatsoever. No,
Just on a
but
golf.
But I played some of the best courses South Africa's got to see. I can highly recommend
Going to South
the
Africa.
Gary Player at the.
Sun
I
City.
can highly recommend the Gary
Sun City.
Player at Sun City.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've played it.
lovely
Yeah.
course.
Beautiful,
Yeah. Actually, a lovely par 3 over a crocodile pit.
I played once when my
amazing.
grandma
Seriously?
Yeah.
my grandma lives there. She's emigrated there like 40 years ago. So I went over to see her, and I was playing on that course at Sun City.
What about the wildlife on
And
that
this
course?
crocodile just
Yeah.
walked straight across the middle of me. And the caddy said to me, "Oh, hold on a minute here." And she says, "What? Just let the crocodile walk." So he just walked straight past me, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And then it was just like flies and bees. It was unbelievable.
Mate,
the wildlife's amazing.
Oh, it's great. No, I'm just-
Zebras and that.
Yeah,
just
it's
everywhere.
like a family of warthogs just going right across the fairway. Then there's like the monkeys are like they're in
Yeah.
your buggy. If you leave your buggy with any food in it, or like they're just going straight in.
Yeah, they'll
Monkeys
just take everything.
It's like the pigeons here.
Yeah, a bit like unbelievable it is. But yeah, anyway, yeah, there was a World Cup there as well.
Who was manager there then?
Capello.
Capello.
Yeah, I just didn't get a sniff. He gave me the number 9. I got the number 9.
And retired early.
Yeah, he gave me the number 9. I thought, Dad, I'm playing 100%. I played like 1 minute.
You like me at Chelsea.
Yeah, so in 2006, it was an amazing games room. I remember playing table tennis. I remember I went down to see if anyone was there. No one was there. It was only actually obviously Victoria Beckham and all her kids. So I remember that one of the kids, it might have been Brooklyn. I don't remember what, he must have been very young at the time. But I ended up playing table tennis with him down at in the camp. Yeah. For a little bit, and then we had a little game and all that, and I battered him. He was at 9.
Yeah. I think for obviously I never qualify for a tournament, but when we go into international camps, it'd probably be we'd play some cards or we used to try and when I was with Scotland, we used to bring local casino used to bring poker dealer in, so we'd play poker at some nights and have it set up, and that we'd have an
actually
actual
get someone
aqua
that
table
comes in
and
and
somebody come and deal
deals.
for you and all that, and yeah, I really loved it. And then new manager came in and changed it. So, but we used to stay in golf as well, so we used to be able to play golf in the afternoons if we wanted. So it was just maybe golf for that as well.
How many people probably come down and use the games room or like that? Because obviously in the football club, day to day, the treatment room the physio's room is normally the hub, isn't it? Everyone congregates, has a little bit of
Wasn't
banter.
Stoke when we played Stoke.
Yeah.
So is that the same probably in on the camp? Do a lot of people go down there just to sort of, because you don't want to be stuck in your room for
Yeah,
3 or 4
100%.
weeks.
I remember being away Germany and South Africa, and if you're in your room and you're feeling off, like I want to socialise a bit, do something, you'd always end up going down to the massage room, And
But remember that, where were we?
in there.
America. Remember when we had that room, that big room, and the physios and that were getting treatment? Remember that game we were playing against the wall?
Oh my God! Have you got the video? Do you remember
I
the
don't
video
have
of
any
that?
videos, yeah. You were there, was he
No,
there?
I missed-
Oh, it
in
was the
the
best,
States.
wasn't it?
There was
How funny was that?
10 of us, right? And we were just like smashing the ball off everything, weren't we? And just like chasing, and you had to run back to a wall, and people were dressing up and all that, and then it was just hilarious.
It was a bit
wasn't
like the the
seen the
Harlem
video.
Shake.
Yeah.
It was a bit like that, where we were all doing different things like that. Like someone filmed it, and it was. But like they're the things you get up to, because you just, you're all grown men, but you're just like kids mentality, and you're all packed in one room together, bored stiff, creating games.
So, I'll tell you,
Just to amuse yourself.
I'll tell you a game that we did create was cake eating. Remember that one I had in America?
Oh yeah.
The Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
I told you that one, though.
Cake eating.
Right, so I'd gone for it pre-season, mate. I was in the best shape of my life. Come back fit. I was there in pre-season, loving it. We're in America. So these we used to egg me on, and I'd do anything for a laugh. So somebody just said, right, let's get 15 Dunkin' Donuts and see how many you can eat in an hour. So I was like, and I could see Mark Hughes now looking, thinking, what has he done? So these go out and got 15 Dunkin' Donuts, and I had to eat them within an hour. And I got to about 10 or 11, and I was sick. I was everything. I was just to offer a bit of laugh, just because I trained so hard during the summer, get myself in shape, and they've went, you cannot eat 15 donuts in an hour. And it was like cream cakes, and I was like Brucey Bogtrotter, like falling off the seat and all that. I had to make myself sick. I had to make myself sick and everything. But
did you do it?
No. Terrible. No, I never.
You know
Cream
what,
cakes
though?
everywhere.
No, what's so funny about that whole situation when he was eating them? Right, the day, I think it was the night before, we had someone come in, and it was a sleep coach.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah.
They were telling us how like every little detail is like, affects you. So it's like, obviously no phones, you should read before bed. This is, certain hours of sleep, and why it's so beneficial. Anyway, we said, that's great to know. Anyway, Chaz, could you eat 15 donuts?
You ain't going to bed tonight. But
No
yeah.
sugar before bed and all that. Yeah. All right, nice one. But can you eat 15 donuts?
Yeah. So that was the type of things we used to get up on the pre-season trip. Yeah.
Amazing. What an insight.
Yeah, well, I remember we went to I think Gary Neville organised it, in Manchester, a comedy night. And we went there.
That's a tough crowd.
Mate, horrendous crowd to please. So we've all gone there. Imagine these comedians have come up, and we half don't want to be there, really.
Yeah.
It's like, I couldn't believe it. It was a tough school. Anyway, the first fella got up, and I remember one of his first gags, and he was from Manchester. One of his first gags was like to hammer the Scousers in the team. So he's come for like Karen, he came for Stevie. And then obviously I went,
Yeah.
Because when you get a Stevie death stare, don't you, right?
Yeah,
I thought,
you know
he's
what-
give him the death stare, like not amused at all. And then obviously I've looked at the death stare and gone, obviously, okay, I'm not going to laugh either. No, so no one's laughing now. So, and he's up there absolutely dying.
It's a nightmare gig.
And do you know who was after that? And no one kind of knew he was then. It was early on in his career. Not as well known as he is now. John Bishop.
Was it?
Yeah, John Bishop was. We had no idea. It wasn't. He's obviously very famous now. We all know who he is now. But then we didn't know. So he just said, look. He said, I had a load of material for tonight. But he said, I can see the way things are going. And he just sat down, and he kind of sat down off the stage. I just went, I'll just have a chat, and we'll just have a chat. Yeah. And to be fair, he nailed it. He nailed it, and he just started chatting about and everyone was into. And
there was a poor comedian, and obviously you're probably doing it because it means a lot to you that you get to do it for the England players.
Yeah, mate.
And you get it wrong.
Get it wrong, mate.
It's like James Corden when he done that thing, wasn't it?
We talked about this in the last podcast. It was
That's
so
brilliant,
good. That
Yeah.
was
That's
like.
brilliant.
But then you're all part of that, weren't you? You
Yeah.
sort of knew it from the off.
Yeah, we were kind of buying into it, you know what I mean? But it's a tough school, you know what I mean, to go in there and kind of just entertain.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a tough school, you know.
Yeah.
We're not there to laugh, we're there to play football, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Right, so we've got England Denmark coming up. We're actually our Isle of Wight festival for that, Chaz, believe it or not. You're more than welcome to
You
join
get
us.
everywhere, don't you?
We do, we do, yeah.
I can't wait for it.
Are you
It's gonna be
excited?
good. It's gonna
I've
be
never
good.
been Isle of Wight.
I've never done it either. I want
You've been a couple of times to the festival, haven't you?
Mate, you're gonna, it's gonna,
Crowd
it's gonna be great.
surfing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I will end up on stage, won't you, Kasabian?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. You're attached to a club at the moment, Charlie, but these boys are free agents in that front and are very likely to go to the Isle of Wight and get signed by someone there. Crouchy's got
Saw
four.
Sean Dyche there, didn't I? And I ended up,
Is that how you got the move?
Well, Ab just went, why don't you sign him? And he went, well, would you fancy it? And I said, yeah. And then it happened.
and you
So
ended
like,
up
Ab
with
reckons
Burnley.
she wants 20%. But yeah, it was basically half a discussion there, yeah.
Brilliant.
And, ended up happening.
It'd be
I can't
fascinating to see who you both play for at the end of it. Could be great. But you know what we're doing there, Crouchy? Because I don't really know. You're sort of in charge of organising this. I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go down there.
We'll just go there, and just
well, the game's on, isn't it? So it's England, Denmark.
basically watch the game, but with a massive crowd.
We'll watch the game, have a crowd
Yeah,
there,
sounds fun.
Crouch Fest vibes, and hopefully, bit of stuff.
Bang out a few
half-time.
tunes and that.
And then we'll bang some tunes out at the end. And I think if England win, it could be a
Messy one.
party atmosphere.
I got so I got sent a flag the other day from the Euros from a group of lads. Cal Graves, there we are.
Oh,
St.
I
George's
saw
with
this.
The puddings is massive.
Puddings is massive.
Mate,
There we are.
I
You see
really.
that?
Are they in Germany?
They're in Germany, yeah. That was at the game yesterday.
So it's a giant England flag with puddings is massive.
Giant St George's Cross, puddings is massive, splattered all over it.
I think it's amazing. We need to get those guys to try get it on TV. That's their mission. Look
that's
out
it.
for the news cameras and
Yeah.
that. And anyone else going out to Germany,
Or Isle
feel
of
free
Wight.
to do the same.
Or Isle of Wight Festival.
The biggest one I saw the other day was right in the centre of the pitch. It just said Millwall. No one likes us. And I just thought that's unreal. Like that's global. They've gone global with that. It was every time the play went right in the middle. No one likes us.
It's amazing when you do it, like, for England fans especially. It's all smaller clubs, isn't it? It's all the smaller
Quite a lot
clubs
of
that have got
flags
flags.
are, yeah.
Yeah, I've got flags like Yeovil and tough stuff like that. So it's really good.
What we just quick prediction, because obviously I love predictions. What are we saying? England, Denmark.
I think we'll put on a bit more of a show. I think, but I still think it'd be tight though.
Yeah.
And I think Denmark will score. So I'm gonna say 2-1.
I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Do you fancy?
Yeah, listen, England are one of the favourites for the tournament. I think they've got a right good chance of it. I'll go 2-1 as well.
Yeah. They did have chances. It's a shame, really. I mean, I do understand the kind of. There's such a intense sort of scrutiny of the England team off the back of that first game, but it does feel a tad negative outside. You remember Kane hit the bar as well at one
What
point.
a
Just
save.
on
Yeah,
that.
so
It's a save, wasn't it?
It's ridiculous, really.
I just think it's the expectation of the country in it.
Yeah.
They expect, we should be beating Serbia 4 and 5 now. It doesn't work like that. It takes time. People getting going. So what matters is getting through the group, and then getting into the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and seeing what happens. I think England will be right there near the end because they've got some of the best players defensively. We'll say that, but again, Gay stepped in last
he's
night.
good, wasn't he?
And he's very, very good.
Yeah.
So they've got the squad, they've got the players. I just think sometimes you have to stop being negative and be more positive, thinking that we've got good players, we've got the best players, and we should enjoy it.
All right. What you didn't say your prediction?
Prediction. I think we're gonna. I think it's gonna be 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, which is obviously gonna be wrong. So 3-0, but we win 1-0.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Also, just one more little bit of business. We've got to say, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to this, make sure you watch it on YouTube, and there's clips that go up on social and all of that. But we've got this huge array of old school football shirts.
Who do you see in that one, Chaz?
I just see Ali McCoist.
Ali McCoist.
Yeah. scoring a goal.
We were saying that all the way round. I was like, what shirt for which player? You know, it's on here like Baggio.
Listen, I'm earmarking this Italia shirt. I want this one.
Some belters, isn't it?
Zidane. Brilliant, isn't he?
Okay, on
Rudy Voller, remember Rudy Voller?
Rudy Voller, Klinsmann in that one. Lothar Matthäus.
We've got to say thank you to Classic Football Shirts as well, who I think have sent these across just to get involved in the podcast a little bit. We said we'd shout them out.
A little bit of admin of the Euros. Obviously, recently, lots of stories come out and stuff like that. I've seen Cole Palmer's memes going around. I don't know if you've seen them. He's everywhere. It's just not. I mean, I'm just glad it's not me. I don't know if it. Like, I feel if you saw my memes going, Peter Crouch can do anything. There's a website. Have you seen it? Have you not seen it?
Is this him doing his thing?
Yeah,
it's been superimposed.
I did a volley, right, and it looked horrendous, and they just put me everywhere.
It's it's obviously him doing his celebration. It's like it's been put on water slides, operating tables. You know, it's everywhere.
Someone done that with when I done the life drawing. They put me on the. Have you seen it? Have you seen the images?
Well, they've superimposed you onto things.
Yeah.
Well, I made a sticker, didn't I?
Yeah.
Which I'm quite proud of.
I don't know how you did that.
Let me just show this quickly because this is a belter. This is my favourite one, that one there.
That's great.
These memes, mate, they live on forever, don't they? Look at that.
I wasn't aware this was a...
I have to send it through.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Okay, so I've got something someone sent into the pod. This is really good. So it's a tweet, and the tweet says, the wee man's school have been notified of his impending absence.
Yeah, seen it. Brilliant, isn't it?
This is really good.
Scottish fan, you seen this? Oh, it's brilliant.
So this is a dad who's emailed into their son's school. Says, hi, I'm just writing to inform you that, the name's blanked out, will not be attending school from Thursday, June the 13th until whenever Scotland are eliminated from Euro 2024. We will be going on an educational trip through Germany, visiting several cities where we will study the extreme emotional highs and lows that only a Scotland fan goes through. I will ensure, bleeped out the name of the kid, completes a report on his return in full detail. Mon Scotland.
Mon Scotland.
Regards, and the full name of the dad's brackets dad.
Superb.
Getting it.
That's that quick story. That's similar to I took my boys to Russia for the World Cup for the Croatia semi-final. So we was in and out of Russia for a day in Moscow. We got back the next morning, and I said to the boys, "You can go to school if you want to go to school or have the day off." So they said, well, let's go early in the afternoon, no problem. So I got them there about midday. They signed in, got a call from the head teacher about 2:00. And I was like, fuck it, what have they done? So he's gone, you're all good, all fine, the boys have behaved, just it's made me laugh today. I was like, okay. So the signing in book, when they got to school, obviously they put Harry Sidwell, Lenny Sidwell, Rocco Sidwell, time, reason for lateness. And obviously above, people have obviously put dentist, or they just put Moscow. Moscow.
Reason for lateness. Moscow.
He sent me a screenshot. It was a belter. It was brilliant.
That is so good. So good. Another one here, Yamal, obviously Barcelona and Spain. He had amazing performance, but after the match he had to go back to his hotel and do his school homework.
No way.
Yeah,
surreal.
Amazing,
is he doing his? Is he still at school? Is he doing his? He's
16.
Yeah. Well, he's 17 now.
So he's just performed in the Euros and he's gone back to the hotel.
He's got homework. He's got to do school. Same. He's got a report. Same as that lad. Probably told school I'll be back when I'm back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Special
that
talent,
is
isn't he?
incredible.
He's a player though, isn't he?
He's unbelievable.
He is a player.
They keep producing players, Barcelona, don't they?
Yeah.
But,
Barsi, isn't it? Centre half, isn't it? Like Koeman.
Oh my
Brilliant.
God.
Well, listen, Chaz, honestly, pleasure to have you on, mate. And, you know, good luck up Fleetwood. I mean, are we signing anyone in the summer? Are we getting players in, bodies in?
We're trying to do a couple of deals. Yeah. We'll, listen, we have to be right in what we're doing, and obviously getting relegated, it changed a little bit. But no, I'm excited, looking forward. The first pre-season as a manager, and
brilliant.
A lot of pressure. But
are you going to run them?
No, not really, no. A lot will be the ball, but I might throw the odd day in there to say that I'm the boss and that. But no, listen, I'm very lucky. I'm in a good position, and hopefully we get a few results, and maybe Maybe the pod can come and visit the.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great to do that.
Yeah.
I was saying that we'd love to
definitely
come
do
up,
that.
you know, like
Yeah.
that'd be great. Watch a game or something.
Yeah,
or just,
that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
Yeah,
that'd
that'd
be
be good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Did I see a news report towards the end of last season? I remember seeing a headline. It was something along the lines of you saying, "This is not good enough. I will not accept it."
Yeah.
I think I'm right in thinking it might have been Oxford.
Yeah, it was Oxford. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got battered 4-0.
Yeah.
And again, like say, we talk about setting standards. You know, you want your team to play in the right way, but ultimately you want to be aggressive in terms of how you want to play, and we were not at it. And again, if the lads don't perform and they don't, want to do what we're doing, then we'll move people on, and we'll get players in that want to be there and want to run around and work hard. So I was just a little bit of frustration. Young into management, I would say.
Yeah. But I mean, great to see from a fan's point of view, right?
No, listen, great to see. But listen, we wish you all the best, Charles.
Yeah, all the best,
we'll
Chazza.
try and come up and hopefully have a good season.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on, Sam.
Thank you.
Cheers, Chaz.
Good.
Cheers, mate.
Good luck.